Nancy, a 60-year-old retired teacher, makes a bold decision. After her husband passes away, she spends a large sum of money to hire Leo, a 20-year-old man with a fit, well-built body, to fulfill her desires. Leo is tall and lean, with well-defined muscles and tanned skin that adds to his charm. Beyond his looks, he is also skilled at making people feel comfortable and emotionally supported. Nancy looks at herself in the mirror and notices the marks that time has left on her face. This makes her feel insecure about her appearance. However, Leo doesn't seem to mind her age at all. Instead, he shows an accepting and reassuring attitude. He immediately takes action to ease her worries, gently comforting her. A sudden kiss takes Nancy by surprise. A tingling sensation spreads through her body. With the help of alcohol, she starts to relax and let go of her burdens. She confesses that, during her 40-year marriage, she always faked pleasure to satisfy her husband's expectations. She has never truly experienced physical and emotional fulfillment. Because of this, she eagerly looks forward to this experience. At the same time, this excitement makes her feel anxious. She fears that if things don't go as she hopes, she will be left with deep disappointment. As she struggles with these emotions, she also begins to think about her past as a teacher. She used to strictly teach her students to follow traditional values and behave properly. Now she finds herself in a situation that completely goes against that. This feeling of breaking her own moral standards makes her even more uneasy. Luckily, Leo is highly professional. He quickly notices her concerns and understands that what Nancy needs most at this moment is understanding and reassurance. He firmly promises her that everything is okay. However, Nancy, still trapped in self-doubt, suddenly asks Leo a direct question. What could possibly be attractive about an aging woman like her? Leo responds in a gentle and affectionate tone, telling her, "I like your mouth, I like the line of your neck." His words hold warmth and admiration, but just as the mood between them reaches an intimate peak, Nancy suddenly stops everything. She says she needs to change in the bathroom. After carefully choosing a sexy nightgown, she returns and sits on the bed. However, at the crucial moment, her feelings take a complete turn. She starts thinking that being with a 20-year-old man is wrong. The thought disgusts her and fills her with guilt. Taking a deep breath, she tells Leo to leave immediately. Leo does not react right away. Instead, he calmly suggests that they get under the covers first. Nancy's eyes involuntarily land on him. After a moment of panic and excitement, she shyly looks away. Leo, seeing her distress, remains patient and kind, guiding the conversation in a way that eases her tension. They begin talking about their families and personal experiences. When Nancy asks if Leo's mother knows about his job, he replies, "She thinks I work at an oil rig." His answer unexpectedly relaxes Nancy. In the quiet of the night, she finally lets go of the burden of being a mother and a teacher. She allows herself to fully enjoy the moment, feeling a kind of freedom and satisfaction she has never known before. A few days later, she confidently invites Leo again. Nancy is no longer as nervous and hesitant as before. Instead, she feels relaxed and comfortable, as if meeting an old friend. This time, she has even prepared a list, carefully writing down everything she has always wanted to try but never had the chance to experience. Her organized and detail-oriented nature as a former teacher is fully reflected in this list. Each request is direct and unfiltered, openly revealing her deepest desires. She has completely broken free from the restrictions of her past identity and is unafraid to express what she truly wants. Leo, though highly experienced in his work, is still surprised by the number of things listed. He looks at her with sincerity and promises to do his best to fulfill each request. However, just as they are about to go through with it, Nancy hesitates again. She worries that she won't do well. She fears that Leo will be disappointed. The insecurity that comes with aging overwhelms her, making her feel awkward and unsure of herself. Leo gently reassures her, telling her that everyone has different needs and that maybe what she really wants is just to talk. He begins sharing stories about his experiences with other clients, giving Nancy a deeper understanding of his profession. He explains what he enjoys most about his job. "One thing I love, Nancy, is just watching someone's face when they feel pleasure, when they let go, when their body moves with it. Not thinking, just feeling. Everything loosens. It's just so great." His words completely change the way she sees intimacy. The negative ideas she once held start to fade, but there is still a lingering doubt in her mind. She cautiously asks if he has any friends. Through Leo's patient guidance, Nancy slowly lets go of the emotional weight she has carried for years. She rediscovers confidence and joy in a way she never thought possible. This transformation runs so deep that she begins to feel a growing admiration for Leo. His strong, well-built body becomes the focus of her thoughts. Wanting to understand him better, she secretly uses her personal resources to look into his real background. She is not just looking for physical satisfaction, she longs for something deeper. She hopes to connect with Leo on an emotional and personal level. When Leo finds out he has been investigated, his usual calm and easygoing nature disappears. He becomes furious. To him, Leo Grande is just a professional name. Clients are not supposed to cross into his personal life. Invading his privacy is something he cannot accept. Nancy insists that he shouldn't have to hide his true identity. She questions why he fears people knowing who he really is, especially his mother. Her words strike a deep and painful part of Leo's heart. He has spent his entire life feeling overlooked and unappreciated. The wounds from his past are not easy to erase. His anger erupts like a violent storm, uncontrollable and intense. After a heated argument, he storms out, slamming the door behind him. Their relationship reaches its lowest point. Days later, Nancy gathers her courage and invites Leo to meet again. This time, they meet somewhere different, away from the usual hotel. The anger they once felt has faded. She speaks to him honestly, telling him that she no longer holds any prejudice against sex workers. Because of him, she has learned to accept her desires and understand what truly brings her pleasure. She sincerely apologizes to him, saying, "You're the only adventure I've ever had, the only freedom, and I wanted it to be real. I'm sorry, Leo." Nancy notices that one of the restaurant servers is her former student. The unexpected encounter brings back memories. As a strict and traditional teacher, she once criticized students for their clothing choices, believing she was guiding them in the right direction. But this time, she faces the situation differently. She openly introduces herself and Leo without hesitation. Looking at Becky, she sincerely apologizes. "Becky, I would like to apologize to you for calling you a disrespectful name. That was wrong. That was not a word or idea I should have used with a group of impressionable teenage girls. I thought I was doing the right thing at the time, trying to protect you. This is Leo Grande," and he is. Before she can finish, Leo steps in, saying, "I am an adult. Model, yes." Nancy looks at Becky and continues, "I hope you understand. Finding joy in life is important. It's something we all deserve." Although Leo has not told his mother about his work, he does share the truth with his brother, who lives far away. In the final moments of their journey together, Nancy and Leo return to the same hotel room where they first met. This time, there is no hesitation, no self-doubt. They share an experience that feels honest and freeing. After Leo leaves, Nancy stands in front of the mirror, gazing at her reflection. Her body carries the marks of time, but her eyes shine with a new confidence, something she has never seen before. This moment is proof of her transformation. She has learned to embrace herself and appreciate the person she is inside, someone full of depth, passion, and life. As she accepts the body that has carried her through the years, the weight she once carried in her heart begins to lift. The restrictions she placed on herself dissolve. For the first time, she feels truly free.